So I guess everybody's now, county councillors in this room, I guess now that this is a sort of widespread phenomenon. People are, struggling with it, that we see our residents and that they are struggling. And of course, being good people, as I'm sure we all are, we feel for them, don't we? We don't want them to struggle, we don't want to see them suffering, and we want to help them. Well, let me tell you, in Thanet, we've been at that sharp end for all the years that I've stood in this chamber, and that's why I've always banged this table about the poverty, and particularly child poverty, in Thanet. And now, the chickens are coming home to roost, aren't they? Because it's not just Thanet kids, it's all the kids across Kent that may go cold and may be hungry, and not just children, obviously. So we already do what's been suggested in this room, and we've been doing it in our communities for a long time. We donate to food banks, particularly when we get the WhatsApp message or the phone call, such and such a food bank has run out of food. Can you find some pot noodles, some dried soup, some smash, something that people don't have to cook on a hob or an oven, something that they can just add water to? We're already doing that. WhatsApp groups where we share clothes, bedding, duvets, towels, etc., with those people that don't have anything. We also have charities that give to mothers and babies because there is a real crisis and those women can't get decent clothes for the babies, they can't get prams, they can't get all of that sort of thing. So we're already doing all of that. And as a councillor, it becomes actually quite exhausting trying to keep up and trying to fund everything. And of course, we've seen our members' grants cut. So let me just remind you, 40% of children in some of the wards in Thanet are living in poverty. And that figure's always been high, and it's always been the highest in Kent. And I've always stood here telling you the damage that child poverty does, not just in the short term, but in the long term. The impact of child poverty lasts forever. You don't grow out of child poverty, you carry it with you. You carry it with you with poorer health, with poorer outcomes through education, with poorer outcomes in the workplace. It lasts a lifetime. And it has to be said, because we're politicians, we pay a bill for that further down the line. So really, this idea that we can lobby the government for more money will fall on deaf ears. Where was this chamber when this government chose to cut universal credit? When this government chose to nick 20 quid a week off the very poorest people? Where was this chamber? Why weren't we lobbying government then? Why, Roger? Why didn't we lobby government then and say, we've got such poverty and we need to stem it because it has dramatic long-term consequences?
You're out of time.
I'm just going to say one last thing.
Yeah.
This is the result of casino capitalism. This is what it does. And so whoever is the Prime Minister at the end of today or the end of this week, yes, please lobby, please.
Mrs. Bell.